Hello guys, good evening. This is Life Issue and this is Blessing. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Now if you've not subscribed to our channel, please help us hit the red button so that you get the news once we upload it. Now in this channel we'll talk about life issues, politics, family, relationship and parenting. Alright, so this evening I want to talk about this viral video that been posted by a lot of Nigerian bloggers of a syndicate. Now these are people that sell newborn baby in Nigeria and they were caught by Nigerian police. This video is a confession by these women of what actually happened and how they have been selling newborn babies to people. What I want you to do is to sit down and listen to them make their confession so that you can actually hear what is going on in our society. Let's ask ourselves a question. Why will women indulge in this kind of atrocity? Why will women indulge in this kind of business? If you notice from this video, it wasn't the first time they've done it. So watch this and I'll come back and I'll talk about it. Thank you.
To the woman today, and you told this woman now 1 million naira so that you can collect 50,000 inside. Okay. Now, how did you come here today? Where do you stay? What is your name? Nwokocha. From home I am. You have been arrested in Port Harcourt here today at Wilkie Junction. Or where? Where were you arrested? Rumokuta Junction. What happened? Where were you here?
This is about the I have somebody that will buy it.
Okay. Okay.
Then I said that I should come and check it very well.
Okay. Okay. Talk loud. Talk loud.
That is how my voice is. So. Then as I don't ask them how much. She told me 1 million.
Okay.
I said.
Who told you that the baby is 1 million?
It's me.
Okay.
So this one says 9.5.
And who told you that the baby will be sold at 9.5? 9.50. You add the 1 million, 50,000. Okay. The top.
So I now say that I should come and see the baby first.
Okay.
So I will see the person that adopts the baby.
Okay.
That's why I came.
Okay, that is why you came.
Yes,
okay.
You come
Did
with
you
who?
come with? Who do you come with?
I come with my sister.
Yeah.
My sister.
What is her name?
The time you came and bought the other one, she also came with you to come and buy the baby. How much you bought the first one? That's your man's daughter or son?
I don't know her. I don't know her.
Okay, how much you bought that one?
1.
What is 1?
1,100,000.
One what?
1,100,000.
100 what? Naira or euro? Huh?
Naira.
Okay, that's what you bought it. Okay, when you bought it, 1,100,000 naira. That was what you bought the first baby you bought. From who? Now, today,
from
this one. From who? Okay, this one you came today to buy. How much do you want to sell it today?
She told me it's one. The person that wants the baby. She's the one that gave me the money.
How much she gave you?
The same amount.
How much?
1.
Where is the money?
It's inside my bag. But if
this thing now, hold it for hand. Collect it and hold for your hand.
Give it to her.
How much is this?
1.
One what?
1.1 million.
Okay, this 1.1 million. What do you want to use it to do?
I never see the baby.
I say, what do you want? What did you come to do with 1.1 million?
She called me to come and see the baby now. That's why I paid it.
You will not pay. Huh? You will do what?
I will not pay the money to her.
To who?
To who?
So I don't even know her name, sir.
Well, so now, you will pay what? How much to her? Huh?
It's 1.
One what?
1.1 million.
Okay. Now, this 1.1 million, who are you going to give the 1. Huh? Which auntie? Huh? First here. Huh? To bring the baby to you. Okay. Now I think we okay for here.
Auntie Ify, which person baby you want to pay the money for?
I never seen the baby. Somebody that called me. That is why.
Who called you?
The number is
The first
calling me.
that.
Somebody.
What
They
is
want
her
to
name?
sell.
Yes.
Oh, you wait. The person called you that there is a baby available for sale. At how much? The person tell you 950. Before you now tell this one, you tell her 1 million.
You tell her how much?
This one, you now tell this one how much? Huh? 1 1. Like 1 1 what? 1 million what? 1 million 1 waiting. Okay, that's what they come. So this why you are here now is to pay for the baby with this money. What do you come here to do with this money? What do you come here to do with this 1 million one?
So I said, if I see the woman that gave me, if I see the my husband and wife.
One buy. Okay, now then give you this money.
Who is the person who gave you the money?
What is the name? Huh?
I will remember the name.
Okay, no problem.
What is the name of the person?
So I will remember the name because the person just came. I will remember.
From where did the person come?
From whom I have.
It's okay, don't ask again.
From
Now let me
Umaya.
come in here. That's so the other baby now. The other baby where you sell last 2 weeks. Huh? Where is the baby now?
He's at Aba, all husband and wife for him.
I'm not hearing Igbo.
Okay, now husband and wife, Karen.
Now husband and wife buy that one. Okay.
Karen the child.
Okay. They come. How did they come and carry the child? You take it to their house in Aba, or they come to Umaya where you go with the baby to carry her.
I go to their house.
What is their name? You go to their house to deliver the baby.
I call them, they come, they carry me today.
Okay. So that way you deliver the baby. Okay. What is their name?
The name is on my phone.
Okay, it's okay. Thank you very much. I am a call of.
Hi, thank you so much for watching that video. You see, when I saw that video, I just didn't know what to make of it. The first thing that came to my mind was the poor mother of this child. Now, this child could have been an underage person. From what you can see, she's young, and she might have been raped, or she might have just had a teenage pregnancy. Now, out of the fact that our society is made up of parents who are very poor, who will not care for you or cater for you when you are pregnant out of wedlock, this child might have been locked up in a room or been forced to go somewhere to give birth to this child. And she doesn't have any say. And she has to give her child up for adoption or to be sold. And in this kind of society, where we don't have social welfare, no one talks for us unless, something happens and an activist come in. There is no particular, like a commission or an organization that is out there that has been established by the government to speak for the poor or for the poor teenagers who find themselves in this situation. So what happens is that the family are the ones taking control of the child's life. So a child gets raped. The child gives birth. The parents, because they don't want to be shamed, they don't want this to be known, gives this child up. Okay, their own child, their child's child up for adoption or to be sold. They don't care where this child is going to land. Now, we know what is happening in Nigeria. This child could unfortunately be used for ritual, because we know that some babies are being used for ritual. So we don't even know why these people are selling these children or where they are ending. They could be used for ritual. There are so many people who need a baby or a baby part for ritual. This is so disheartening. This is, when I watched this video as a mom, I was like, oh my God, somebody out there is looking for a child. Somebody out there is asking God for a baby. And this is what they are doing to the precious life that God has given to them. And these people are mothers What kind of a heart do they have? How can somebody be so callous and so wicked? I couldn't believe it. I mean, for some minutes, I nearly, I was shedding tears because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, to be frank with you. You could only be in the shoe of a woman who needs a child to understand how I felt. How could someone callously decide that a baby's value is 1.1 million or 950? Is that the value of a child? Is that the value of a baby? What kind of society have we become? All right, so let's even say that you want a child. Maybe you've done IVF or you've done everything and you can't have a child. Why don't you go through process? Why don't you go for an adoption using the right agency in Nigeria? I mean, we understand the fact that sometimes the right agencies, they need bribe. But whether you just go through them and know that the documentations are real and that you've done it the right way, than for you to sell and buy a child this way, black market. And there's no documentation. For a mother that is selling their own child this way, do you know where this child is going to end up? Do you know the future of this child? This child could be brutally killed in a dungeon, in a slaughterhouse. We all know about slaughterhouse where ritualists go to. What kind of a society are we actually, creating in Nigeria? This story is very, very, how will I put it? It's heartbroken that we have gotten ourselves to this kind of a mess, that the same thing that has been happening over the years is still happening now with our education, with our enlightenment, with our civilization and our development. We have not let this kind of life go. Now, I wanted to bring this story for you to talk about. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think is the way forward? How do we establish a strong child welfare organization, establishment, or government arms that can fight this kind of ills in our society? How can a mom give her own child up for adoption this way? I don't even think this is an adoption. I think these children are actually being killed for ritualists. That's what I feel. That is what I feel. These are ritualists looking for babies to sacrifice. That's how I feel. But at the end of the day, we all know what Nigeria is like. We all know what is going on. We all know the evil that is in our country. But when I was watching the police, interviewing these people, the only thing that comes to my mind is these people will just go scot-free. They'll be interviewed, they'll be maybe charged, and then they will bail themselves and they will go home. They will not be imprisoned. Nothing will happen to them. These people are working for people who are highly placed. I bet you this man refused to call the name of the people that have sent her because they are people in power. They are, prominent people, and she knows that nothing will happen to her. She'll be bailed and she will go scot-free. Well, that's the society that we find ourselves in Nigeria. God, we ask for your mercy because this is becoming very scary in our country. It's like we don't have any voice. Poor people don't have any voice. A teenager who's been raped, or having a teenage pregnancy out of wedlock, this might happen to you, which is wrong. All right, guys, what do you guys think about this story? What is your comment about it? Have you ever experienced something like this, or someone have experienced something like this? How is life after this? How do you feel after giving up your child? A child that you gave birth to after 9 months, and your parents conjure you or force you to give it up. How do you feel? How was it like? Do you think about your child? Do you actually remember the child that you've given up? Do you wonder where this child is? Do you sleep at night knowing that you've sold your child for 1 million or 950,000? The money that you have collected for your child, does it actually speak to you? Fire. Because I don't think anyone who did this should be, comfortable or happy in life, because that money will be speaking and calling for the evil that they've done. That's what I feel about this story. What is your take about it? Drop your comment. Let's talk about this. God bless you. Bye-bye.